Mark and Will, yeah, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Yours truly, Will is in the building, like always. Tonight, we got the team, the Don and Mr. Stats. What's going on, Mr. Don? What's going on?
What's up with y'all? What's up?
Same old, same old. It's Thursday. What's going on, Mr. Stats? What's the deal?
Yeah, man. Like you said, it was Thursday, man. My stat of the day. Tomorrow will be Friday.
Hey, hey. Hey, that's something that the Don would be saying at the end of the show. That kind of stuff like that. I hope everybody has had a great Thursday as we get into Friday. Like Mr. Stat says, he is true. That is factual. It's definitely going to be that. So I hope everybody enjoy their day. Got a good show for you guys today. We also, been off a couple of days, went to a high school game to watch Holy Cross do what they do against Western. Very entertaining game. Very, very entertaining game. And we're going to cover that, talk about that. Also, it's Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get everybody out. So I was like, hey, I wasn't going to worry about it. I didn't want significant others, didn't want wifeys, didn't want wife, didn't want partners, didn't want whatever you had to be mad at me.
Right.
And be mad at in general, period, from my end. So Valentine's Day is all good. I hope everybody had a great, successful Valentine's Day. And I hope you weren't one of them guys that, forgot about and ahead of one of the raw greens and get a picked over card.
That's exactly what happened.
It happens. It happens.
A picked
people.
over
It
card.
happens.
Or I went ahead and said, just threw that money in the envelope. And I ain't got no problem with gift cards and stuff like that, especially when you've been with somebody for a long period of time. You got to be creative and things like that. But, it is what it is, and I hope everybody enjoyed it big time. And tomorrow, it's a big game tomorrow. Big game tomorrow. Male versus Manual at Manual, and I got a feeling that you're going to see some people from this show at that game. So, got to get there bright and early. Bright and early. Rumor said they going to open the doors at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah. The first game is 5:45.
yeah.
So, I'm about to dress whatever I wear to work, that's in there. I've got to put the Mark and Will shirt and stuff and do what I got to do because it's going to happen. Got to get there. Got to see what's up. You know what? And I want to thank my guys, the Don, Mr. Stats, the Mayor, T-Rock. We've definitely been going to these games and showing our face and actually critiquing and having a good time. So we definitely, that was one of the goals to go ahead and get out more. You know what I'm saying? And think about it, softball and baseball, you up next. And I'm going to tell you, Coach Allen, we ain't forgot about you, partner. Ain't forgot about you. Let me go right here on this one. This where to find us at play, everywhere. We talking about at Mark and Will Show. You talking about X, Facebook, TikTok, You Don't Stop, Instagram, YouTube. We're on YouTube tonight. We on the Mothership Facebook and Instagram. Well, not Instagram, X. And I'm going to start putting it on Instagram. I'm going to start doing that. I can do that. But, that's what we are. Players Club is doing this thing. It's growing and things like that. And I need to go ahead and really be more proactive on that page for you players and parents and stuff like that. But the mothership Facebook page, 12.4. Get ready to be 12.5. It's going. It's definitely going. So make sure you follow, subscribe, and like all this stuff. Really appreciate you guys for the support. What's going on? Some of the members of the team. Shannon said good evening. D said good evening, fellas. Shannon had a double down as the Bulldog would do. Purple and gold. Yeah. It's kind of hard to do that on that game, but it is what it is. I gotta stay focused. But also, I had a nice conversation with the mayor and a coach, and have a very special interview lined up for next Thursday. A biggie. It's such a biggie that be looking out either Sunday or Monday. I'm gonna start promoting that. That's how big it is. That's a biggie. Y'all know I don't do it that early, so it's got to be a biggie. So that's definitely gonna be hitting. Hopefully next Thursday, and we got a more coach coming on next Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want him to get in trouble on Valentine's Day. All that. Dang, did he get pulled off because of Valentine's Day? Did he get pulled off? He done dipped. He done did all kinds of stuff. But that's okay. We get out. But it's like I said, make sure you do have, because it's going to be a big time show. Nobody has interviewed this person. I'm just going to put it that way. Nobody. And it's coming here. Mark and Will Show. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. So hopefully the Don, I think he's making this a habit. Either get knocked off or freezing or something. I don't know what was the deal with that, but we'll keep it moving like we always do. Let's see. I'm gonna channel this one. I don't even want to talk about that. Let's go. We're gonna go right in this one. We're gonna go right. Tuesday we was able to go to Western versus Holy Cross. The thing about it is that we had Michael Loftus on the show. Interviewed him on Monday. Great interview. Checked it out. It was fun. We was looking for a place to go. We had a couple of games lined up, but we ended up at Holy Cross versus Western. We got to see the girls play, Holy Cross versus Western, and Holy Cross girls just put it on Western. And the thing about it, I think Western, they had a couple of star athletes that used to be on that team. I guess they're no longer. They might have be playing for somebody else because they was definitely real good last year. So they was kind of struggling. But they kept trying and fighting, and Holy Cross had a field day. But congratulations for both of them, and congratulations for Holy Cross senior night taking care of business on that one. The boys. Now this was interesting because Western boys lost a lot of lost their head coach. Got a new head coach. Lost some players that everybody's familiar with, either graduation or transferred out. Edmonds is at Trinity, Miles is at J-Town, and then some other ones. So so people don't give them the probably the credit or think they was going to do anything. But Holy Cross came out and battled and jumped on them. I think it was a 17-point lead at halftime. We looking around like, oh man, this is going to be a 20 burger, 30 burger. We're going to have to leave early. Western said they wasn't having none of that. Western, hey, hats off to Western and their coach because they came out and played big time in that second half, man. It was very, very, very impressive, man. And, they was battling. I mean, we didn't know. We thought we might be going to overtime. You know what I'm saying? But Jacob, Han, and Michael took care of business. Had some, I can't think of his name. If Don D will ever pop back up, I'm pretty sure he's got the list of certain names. Yeah, I said he got some names because, I'm able to take a break from that. So, but anyway, I can't think of his name, but he hit 4 straight free throws to kind of seal the deal. They also implemented a foul. We talk about the intentional foul to stop it. So you got to bring it back in. Then they went back in zone, and missed a 3-pointer to tie it. But it was a great game. And what was your thoughts on the game? Because it looked like it was done.
Yeah, like you said, first half, we thought it was a blowout. We be going to our planning stage at that point.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Okay. Mom Dukes is on here. Mike's mom's on here. She said, Wes, was it Alex the one who hit them free throws? Was it Alex? Because Wes might have been the one who was hitting them 3-pointers. You let me know who was, because in that first half, I think it was Wes. It was somebody who Michael said was probably one of the best shooters besides himself. He was knocking down three. Okay. Yeah. He was knocking down the threes to help balloon that. And Western defense kind of shut him down. But let you go. I'm going to let you go what you were saying, and I'm going to come back and put a bow on it, though. Go ahead. My fault.
Yeah. Like we said, first half was looked like it was getting out of hand. Like I said, we go on our planning stages at that point. Should we stick around, and watch a blowout or not? You know what I mean? But we stayed for the second half, and we saw Western fight back. It came down to the last shot. It was a hell of a game.
Hell of a game. And I'm gonna say this. I don't know if Mom Dukes and them saw, and they probably do because they always watching it. But it was a play that whoever was guarding Michael maybe tipped the ball or something and said, "Oh man, you weak." You know what I'm saying? You weak. I ain't gonna say what else he probably said. And it was like Michael was already having a solid game. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, it was like, oh, okay. So Michael got the ball, took it to the hole, hit the little layup. Then all of a sudden, it was really on because started hitting threes. Had a little screen, pop, hit that three, pointed at the dude. I was like, oh, wow. Then did it again. Oh, wow. I was like, hey, Michael put on the show, baby. Yeah. Michael put on the show, ended up with 23 points, did his thing, and I love it because, playing sports, either you talk, like when people talk to you, talk cash to you, either you go ahead and shut them up, or, you turn around and you cower down or whatever you do. To me, that fuels me. When I used to play, that fueled me. It's on, baby. You talking crap? I'm going to show you. Dude showed, Michael showed. Don D, are you on timeout or what? What's going on? Because I need some names on here too. Because my thing is Michael balled, and I love it because when we bring on the Bulldogs, football Bulldogs, and lots of times, we bring them on, and them dudes, them cats who be on the show, balled out. Michael balled out. 23 big ones on senior night, Twan.
Yeah,
senior night. I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang, man, and very impressive, man. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad for Jake. I'm so glad for Holy Cross Superior. I'm so glad for Michael because a lot of times when you get that interview and we growing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many that do what we do that's got 12,000 plus people who watch and stuff like that. And you actually rocked it. You had a great interview. You rocked it. You showed why. Hey, yeah, yeah. It ain't just Jacob and everybody else. And thing about Michael, if you watch the interview, he gave love. He showed love to his teammates. Like, woo, and then he, did whatever. But, hey, great game. I was glad to see all 30,000 seniors that got honored. We got to see a childhood friend of ours, his son play. We call him Rocky. Rashawn, say Rashawn Myers, you know what I'm saying? But we call him Rocky. Got to see his son do some stuff. But, hey, man, overall, got to see Coach Eric Dick. We're going to bring him back on without a doubt. He calling the games and stuff like that. So that was fun, man. I really enjoyed that. And that's why we get out more. We kind of set time during the week to see these players, the girls and the boys, and that was fun, though, man. That was truly fun. Can't deny that one. So congratulations, Holy Cross. And I'm going to give you a pass this time, but next time we in the building, we got to have some merch. You have to have some merch. We show y'all too much love. We need a couple of 2Xs and a couple of extra larges and whatever. Come on, or some hats or something. Come on now. Let's don't play games now. We athletic director Fouché and everything. I'm calling all y'all out.
Right.
Yeah, when you knew we was coming to the building, the gift. You might as well call us out there to go and receive our senior night. I'm just gonna keep it real. Let's keep it
Oh, yeah,
100.
and I like those plaques they gave out too, man. Those are really
Oh,
nice.
oh yeah, yeah, man. They did it big time. They did it big time. I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna challenge the student section back there on the stage. You know how they had them back there. Y'all got to be louder than that, man. Y'all got to be louder than that. You know, it could be 50 of y'all back there, man. Go ahead and make a noise and stuff like that. Come on, y'all got to do better than that, for real, for real. Y'all got to do better because with a gym like that, that's not too big, not too small, y'all can make a difference. Get out there, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But hey, have fun, have fun. That's what it's all about. You know, and that was fun. All right, so let's go into some NBA. I'm gonna do some scores, man. So we can go ahead and rock and roll with this one. Everybody know we got the All-Star coming up. Are you ready? Because after the All-Star week, we say this all the time, Twan. After this, it's going to be ready. It's going to explode. We're going to rock and roll, right? So let's do this. Valentine's Day, you had the Cavs with a 108-105 win over the Bulls. You had the Hornets 122, Hawks 99. Magic beat the Knicks by 18. Heat wins, beats 76ers by 5. Celtics crushes the Nets by 50. 136-86. That don't even make sense. Pacers beat the Raptors 127-125. Grizzlies beat the Rockets 121-113. And in case that got kind of construed, Pacers beat the Raptors 127-125. Pelicans beat the Wizards 133-126. Mavericks beat the Spurs 116-93. Kings beat the Nuggets 102-98. Suns 116, Pistons 100. Lakers with a 138 explosion against the Jazz 122. Clippers beat the Warriors 130-125. I don't have no idea what's going on with that. Today, February the 15th, we got the Bucks and the Grizzlies. Grizzlies up by 1 in the second quarter. The Jazz and Warriors 16-13. Jazz is leading in the first quarter. The standings, what we got right now. Let me see. Let's see. What we got right now. Let me see what's going on. I have to get you together. Yeah, I had to get them together. Get them together. So in the standings right now. Okay, what's going on? In the standings right now, you have the Celtics, Eastern Conference, their division. Let's get it. In Atlantic, they are up by 10 over the Knicks. You got the 76ers, 10.5 game behind, and Joe Embiid, you know, ain't no telling when he's going to play. In the Central, you got the Cavaliers, 2 games lead over the Bucks. In the Southeast, you got the Heat and the Magic tied. The Magic went ahead and retired, Shaq's jersey? Went ahead and knocked that out. Western Conference, you got the T-Wolves with a 1-game lead over the Thunder. 2.5 lead over the Nuggets. The Pacific, the Clippers is up 4 games over the Suns, 5.5 over the Kings, and 7.5 over the Lakers, and the Warriors is 9.5. Goodness gracious. Southwest, you got the Pelicans with a 1-game lead over the Mavs. My gosh, you know, and this is great. This is great. Let me get you together, Don D. Real quick. Let me see. Good. Let me get you all the way together. Okay, let's see.
Technical difficulties.
That's why we call it raw and uncut on this show. Anything and everything can happen. So I got a question for you guys, man, and it's a statement pretty much. We hear what's going on, what people want to see, and so the stuff is this: why are people caught up with the name instead of the game? And this is a direct shot at everybody worried about LeBron James' son getting drafted and him playing with his son. And the crazy thing is, dude don't deserve to be drafted.
Not at all.
At all. You know what I'm saying? And if he leaves, we know the deal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's scripted. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is who's drafting him? Like, Like really, because you can get away with this in the NFL because it's 7 rounds. You may have 11 picks. You know what I'm saying? But the NBA, yeah, you can have more than 2. You can have 3 or 4, whatever. But, geez, if you need 3 or 4 picks, that means you probably need a team.
Right.
And also, if you do it, you're hoping that LeBron comes to you. But what if you're the Rockets? Maybe you don't want to go to the Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. And we're seeing a ton of this now. It's ramming up now. You know, everybody's talking. I have an article. He wants to play with his son. He might leave. He might be willing to go here and all this kind of stuff. Mr. Stats, what's your thoughts on this whole thing, man?
I think it's ridiculous, man. You know what I mean? I mean, when he was being recruited to college, you know what I mean? He went in as a 5-star recruit, you know, and I didn't think he was 5 stars then coming in. You know what I mean? You got your heart issues, you know, you come back from the heart issues, you're not really performing. I mean, you're coming off the bench most of the times, but, you know, I think he was subbing for somebody who got hurt, injured or something.
Right.
So he started a few games, you know what I mean? Now, you know, he's middle of the pack talent-wise, you know. Do I think that an NBA team will pick him up? I don't know. Maybe, you know, Shaq's son was picked up. You know what I mean? He ended up in the G League or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't think, you know, the fact that he gets drafted means anything. I mean, then too, we have Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Woo! Bring it home. Bring it home.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, if it's about nepotism and then you got the greatest, you know what I'm saying? Well, one of the greatest that played, you know what I mean? I can't give him that over Jordan, but, you know, one of the greatest that ever played. But then, too, he's 39 years old. So do I pawn my future off to maybe have you for a year or two? I don't think so. You know what I mean? So, you know, I wouldn't even trade for LeBron right at this point, you know what I'm saying, in his career. Even though he's performing, you know what I mean? But
you know what? You know what? You that's why we got Mr. Stats on there. He's showing y'all he's more than stats because you just hit home run, bro. We transitioned it to baseball. You just held a home run and almost you probably took my script because that's exactly the thing about it, man. You hit it, and I'm gonna let the Don talk about it. But hey, you made some very great points on that.
Like I'm feeling pretty much the same way Antoine's going with it, because I'm not going to waste some of my future just bringing in Bronny. And why? After this year, he's averaging single digits. I know for sure. He ain't moving no type of needle to go anywhere. What's the point? If you want LeBron that bad, you really must be desperate. I mean, desperate, because something like LeBron, his shelf life is 1-2 years.
Right.
Now, I give him that. That's his shelf life. Expiration date is coming up. So, no more than that. LeBron is on his last leg. I mean, heck, how much time does he got to sit out to let people know, like, I need this rest? My body's still, it's still what it is, but it's still old. Bones ain't like it used to be. And just to get Bronny, no, bro, no. Bronny's gonna end up in the G League. Yeah, it's me, if that.
You know the thing about it is, like I said, Bron, Antoine hit it on the park, and you solidified it. My thing is this: it's only 2 rounds. 2 rounds, and am I going to mortgage the farm to get this dude in the second round and cost that somebody else that deserves? See, that's the lost thing. We talking about LeBron's son, Bronny, who really should not have been a McDonald's All-American. Dude wasn't like that. Oh, yeah. No. Somebody got left out because that was LeBron James' son. Dude was top 75. Top 75 don't make it there. And the only reason why he kept inching closer up to the top 50 is because his dad, and then he decided, he waited late to commit and go to USC because people was like, Ohio State was like, you know what I'm saying? Well, we want LeBron. We want LeBron there. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's be honest. How many games could he made at Ohio State? But he can make a lot at USC home games because he's there in LA. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. But my whole thing is, I ain't even talking about him. I'm talking about these other dudes that missed the McDonald's All-American game. These other dudes who's going to miss out on draft if somebody is that foolish to pick him, and it probably will be. My thing is this. You can go ahead and still go like Shaq's son. He didn't get drafted. He got signed. He signed on free agency, basically go to the G League. Go ahead and get a team. Hell, the Lakers can go ahead and do that. They can just sign him to the G League and just keep LeBron there so everybody be happy. Because I hate to see a young man who's busted his ass night in, night out, day in, day out, and he can't get drafted because LeBron's son, who's averaging 7 points or 3 points or 6 points or 5 points, is getting drafted and everybody knows it's a host. Don't do the league like that. Don't even put pressure on that. And if you want LeBron that bad, that means basically you want to put butts in the seats.
True that.
Because his son ain't never playing. He ain't never playing. Let's be real. Dude is not like that. He is not like that. And, I had somebody I talked to, and they was like, well, maybe they can go ahead, basically stash him, project. I said, it don't work for the NBA unless you 6'9" and above, handle the ball, can do some stuff. Then they go ahead and you be the end of the bench. But for a 6'1.5" guard that's not the best guard on his team, don't even start, should not be any kind of running of freshman of the year, anything. He needs to stay 4 years at USC. And maybe he can improve enough, then okay, we can draft him. But LeBron ain't got that. See, that's what this is about LeBron.
It's about time, yeah.
It ain't about Bronny. This is about LeBron wants to be the first to do this, to play with his son.
Make history.
That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Not that the young one's better, but he's got too many years. He can't. LeBron can't wait that. He can't wait 4 or 5 years. So he's like, let's take advantage of this situation now, and it's going to be somebody. My thing is, the Lakers, just go ahead and sign him to a G League contract like you done did with the ball, LiAngelo Ball.
LiAngelo, yeah.
Just do it like that. Call it a day. Break him up for one game. Let him actually play and get that shit over with.
Yeah, let him sit the bench with his dad for once. Yeah, he probably
and actually play him. Play him 1 minute. If Greek the Freak, if Giannis' brother can play, put old boy in there for a minute. Let him pass his dad, get an assist, whatever. Let him shoot an open jump, whatever. Whatever stat you try to make, let that happen so we can get over with that. Because that's y'all know what that is. Quit playing, man. That is done. Let's get that over with. Let's get over it. That don't even make sense. That's crazy. So get that out the way so we ain't got to talk about that no more. Let me get Don D in here. You must have went to a different system and everything, man.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I was going to say, man, yeah, okay, cool. Let me bring you in. All right, so we talk about women basketball real quick. We got some games that happened. We couldn't really update it because some of that stuff was still going on as we was about to air. So right now, let's go ahead and get into this one real quick. Louisville women escape Chestnut Hill, 69-67. Jacayla Thompson, what's going on, Manuel? What's going on for Boston College? This right here, I didn't think it was going to be this close, but to me, it's not taken away from Boston College. But could this be we still pissed that Syracuse game was taken away from us? I don't know. Could be.
Right.
Nyla Harris, one of the subpar games for her. She only had 4 points and 6 rebounds. Cochran had 11 points, 9 rebounds. Rickers had 16 points. Welcome to the double diggers. Taylor had 13, scored a lot at late. Kiki, are you with me? 14 points. Love at 6. I'm stupid. Carry 3. Mobley 2. What's up, Mobley? She actually been on the show. So always a big fan of her. She got engaged. Her boyfriend engaged to her. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. So congratulations for that one. Let's see. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna say this before I let the Don go ahead and dibble dabble on this and stuff like this. I'm kind of upset because Twan, I told the Don that for Louisville, who's been a top 15 program to top 10 I'm gonna say top 10. I ain't gonna shortchange them. Well, you went to the Final Four about 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And Jeff Walls, I gotta give him props. Top 10 program in the last 14 years, and you got to be on the computer and try to have connections and stuff. Like, put them on ESPN Plus where you can get the package so you can watch them.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to lie. And I might be hated, and I probably am, and I love it. I don't mind being a villain. I'd rather see them than the men at this point. I do.
Yes.
At this point, I'd rather see them, who is a legit top 10, top 15 program. And we got to go ahead and get on the computer, get on your app, hope that I'm on Spectrum, so nobody respects Spectrum anymore and talk about, well, you got to do this. So it's like, I can't even watch them, bro. And that's ridiculous that a top 10, top 15 program cannot be viewed. If you put on ESPN Plus, you're going to sell a lot in the Louisville market because we want to watch them. And and people are going to subscribe to that and get that. That is ridiculous to me whatsoever. Got the win, 21-5. Got a big game coming up against Vitek on Sunday. Dundee, what's your thoughts on this game? What you got for this?
I mean, just by us not being able to see the game, it was ridiculous enough. Like I said, I don't know if they had something else against Jeff also. They might have changed at the last minute. And by the end of the Syracuse game, I'm still getting over where the call, and then once he gets fined for criticizing the refs, then they change the rule.
Right.
Really? So it takes that to change the rule? Can Jeff get his money back? Or can the University of Louisville get his money back? Somebody came out of pocket. I don't see it, Jeff, but somebody get the money back because that don't make no damn sense at all.
You know what that's about. You know what that's about, right? The NCAA hurry up and reiterated the rule. Right? They saying they changed, but they basically reiterated that rule.
It is true, yeah.
So basically, refs, don't call that bullshit no more.
That's all it was.
That's what it was. Go ahead,
right.
Don.
It wasn't like you said. It wasn't no change. It's like y'all knew better. Y'all knew y'all messed up, but we're gonna make it as in we changing it or spotting out like, hey,
highlight.
Right. So, hey, I like that your girl showed up. Rika showed up tonight.
Yes.
Somebody had to, but that's one thing about these women. You never know who shows up on any given night. So, kudos to them. They pulled it off in Chestnut Hill. They didn't get roasted like those guys did. So,
what you said?
Hey, come on, next game up. Let's keep it moving.
All right, so let's go this one. We already know we know Twan's spot, so we not gonna put him on the block on that one or this one. UK women get blasted by Auburn, 78-50. You know what? We're not really gonna cover this. I just want to throw this score out because it's the same thing. It's all around world the same song, and not trying to embarrass nobody because they got some players. And I get it. I understand things happen, whatever. But the question is this, and this is what I'm giving to you guys. And we talked about it. We Travis and I, T-Rock and I, T-Rock, the Don, Mr. Stats, everybody, the mayor. So, Mr. Stats, the last time he was on it, we talked about this a little bit and all this kind of stuff. So let me ask you this. Are they going to fire their coach or not after the season? Right now, real quick before you answer, they're 9-16, 2-9, and has been getting hammered the past 2 years. Do you think they go ahead and make that change?
Yeah, I think so.
former
I think
former
so.
former Miss Basketball, but she did play basketball in Tennessee, like she
Right.
played in Kentucky. But go ahead.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like you said, the record's not all that great. She hasn't performed really in the last couple years or whatever. I think it is time we move on and try to figure something else. Hell, the male coach, he's not on, solid ground right now. You know what I mean? And he's a big name. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think the leash on coaches nowadays is getting shorter and shorter. You know what I mean? I think that uh, it, the average age of coaches is becoming younger and younger nowadays. These 50, 60, 70-year-old coaches, you know what I mean? That's out the window nowadays, you know what I mean? So that coaching carousel ain't the same. So
True.
uh, I think you can always replace somebody with somebody else, so that, especially if you're middling around, you know what I mean? You definitely want some upward movement.
True. And the thing about it is, for the Don, I'll let you answer. SEC and the ACC are the two best conference. Like, it's not like you playing in the Conference USA or the MAC or MEAC or Big 12 or whatever. This is a great conference at the end. So it's like, we want to fill up the arena like we used to with Matthew Mitchell. Matthew Mitchell had. I still want to know. Look, comment if anybody's close to that program. Let us know what happened with that whole situation with Matthew Mitchell, because he had them rocking and rolling. They was pressing. They was winning games. They was going to the Elite Eight. They was taking care of business. They was actually putting a little fur in Louisville as far as the competition and play. And all of a sudden, dude said, "Hey, I'm done. And nobody knew why. It wasn't no big release. It wasn't nothing. So I'm like, what's the deal? The Don, what you think about it, man?
Oh no, like we looking at it like these days, it's a microwave society. Like everybody wants quick wins. It's quicker the better. We need instant. It's that instant oatmeal. You want 30 seconds to a minute. So let's get these wins quick, or if not, we got to change. So I don't know. I look at them to make a move soon, because if not, it's going to be a sinking ship.
True.
More,
You know what? Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry.
no, I
Go
was
ahead.
going to say just sinking ship more than it already is. So it ain't looking good at all right now.
And I
To be
want to
honest.
say this. We're not trying to say, we don't have a fire, carry, fire. We don't. We're not doing that. We're just observing and stuff. We're trying to observation the whole thing, because we remember when they was legit and they have fell off the table and what's going on. And like I said, I want to know why Matthew, because was he ill? I understand. It's none of our business. There's people, whatever. But he's also assistant coach somewhere. I don't know if he's back at Tennessee, but he's assistant coach somewhere. So what happened? Swept underneath the rug? Did something happen? That's all I'm saying. Like he had them rolling. And all of a sudden, peace. Why, coach? Nobody said nothing. And it's different if they was dormant. They was successful underneath his tutelage. He had several several Louisville kids that balled for him.
Mm-hmm.
Them twins from Iroquois, all this kind of stuff. So it's like, what's all right? Okay, good job, Lexington. Good job, because y'all swept that. Y'all swept that good. All right. Let me bring my guy. Let's see. Let's go. We'll get you together. We got the basketball. We're going to go ahead and rock and roll with real quick. Get the Don together. Boom, boom, boom. So on Tuesday after the game, Holy Cross, we was blessed. We break bread together. We talk about stuff. We strategize. That's what we do. Team stuff. So we was able to go ahead and at that time it was 2 games. It was Louisville against Boston College. It was Kentucky against Ole Miss. And 1-for-1. 1-1. So Louisville loses to Boston College 89-77. And Louisville showed they booty off in the first half. Did what they had to do. Was up by 8 points. And before you can eat a wing from a place, they was down by 10 points. I have no idea. I never seen that. I don't know. I never seen that. So much we're not going to even talk about stats. My thing is this. I've heard a lot of people say, and normally I don't listen to a lot of radio no more just because we do a show and I got my own reasons why. Not to hate on the talent. There's plenty of talent out there, but, it is what it is. My thing is this. Is fans really like my question is this. Are you really mad at this loss and didn't expect this loss? You know what I'm saying? It's like fans, are y'all really like holding this against him? Like this game? Like only this game because, they was on a little winning streak or whatever or something. Not even winning streak. They won one, lost one, won one. They could have been like for real. I want to know for the people who want him to get that 3rd year. Did this push you over? And say, oh my gosh, I can't support him? Or are you the ones that say, you know what, they got 6 players or 7 players or whatever it is that's hurt and can't come back? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to get the pulse of the fan base. And I know many of you guys watch this. What's the deal? Like, how are you guys feeling? Like, does this move the needle? I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out. And so the Don, as a season ticket holder, did this even move the needle to you? And people watch it. If you want to know exactly how he felt on before Kenny Payne, we go ahead and rehash some stuff, whatever. But you need to go ahead and rewatch some stuff. But as a former ticket holder as myself, and as a current ticket holder that you are, the Don, I mean, did this sway you some kind of way?
I mean, this whole season ain't swayed. I'm still in my heart, of course, as we are the Louisville fan base and still the Louisville the heart. And just watching the game, I try to zone out who the coach is. I'm just looking at the team play, and I'm still cheering and rooting. And it still pisses me off when they miss, pisses me off when they don't do this, pisses me off when they lose, even though you kind of you expect them to lose, really. But if they came out that first half, and then the second half, it was just straight flatness. You're like, oh, okay, we used to this, and it just pissed you off just to keep seeing this over and over. And let's get this over with. Let's just take the air out of the balloon and just get it over with. I don't care. You just gotta pop it with a knife. Like we said, we could have fired this man mid-season. We could have fired him in the halftime of the Kentucky game. We could have fired so many damn times. Okay, I see y'all want him to finish the season. And just by my assumption, I'm thinking they're going to give him a 3rd year. I don't know why. Y'all just want to strike, I guess, to be outside the Yum Center and we're not about to stand this shit no more. This is ridiculous. And it's hard to even take in. And just these past games, it doesn't move. It helps emotion, gives you a little smile, but we know it ain't doing nothing for nobody.
Let me ask you this. As a former ticket holder to a current ticket holder, I got one great question to ask you. Are you able to park anywhere you want to downtown? Because when they was rocking, you could park anywhere. Are you able to park anywhere you want to downtown? And then after the game, you can tell the wifey, or you take your daughters and be like, "Hey, let's go get something to eat." We ain't got no wait. We ain't got no wait out of this one. Is it like that?
I wouldn't give it that. You still got it. It's still options. I try to park as close as possible and probably hit the street, but there ain't too many options. The close, park close, or
But are
any.
they better? Are they better than it was? That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was giving that because back then you had to get there early. You got to
Right.
make sure you're getting there early because I know one of the spots I park at on the regular, yeah, it wouldn't be open at
Right.
all.
I
So
used to
yeah,
park by.
I
I used
feel
to
what you're
park by.
saying.
I used to park by White Castle, and I used to go
Yep,
to that one
that-
lot.
that's exactly where I park at. That's exactly, that's
all
exactly.
that stuff, all that stuff.
Yep.
So, you know, Twan is a Kentucky fan, but he does a great. He give us, outside looking in type stuff, and he done told you guys about that whole situation, how he thought the coaching and stuff like this, and he was with us. Of course, our brother was with us with this one, and he great insight. So, Twan, for the new people, my question to you is this: Is Kenny Payne better off being a head coach moving forward or assistant coach, and why?
Mm. I think he has the most experience being an assistant. You know, I think he may be able to learn from a coach who is pretty smart with the X's and O's, right? You know what I mean? Now you've been around a recruiter, you know how that works, you know how to bring in players, right? So now let's go find a Rick Pitino or somebody that he can learn under. You know what I mean? He can actually strategize with. You know what I mean? I think that's what he lacks is actual in game strategy or ways of switching it up mid game. You know what I mean? I actually had a few, like Louisville fans come around this past week, expressing some hope because of the recent success they've had. You know what I mean? Like, we gonna take
Do
this
you
into
do
the
you
next
do
year or
you
whatever.
tell?
You know what
Wait a
I mean?
minute.
But
Do you tell them you on a sports show that you go ahead and dog all that shit out? Like,
I
go ahead.
do. You know what I'm saying? I
Go
tell
ahead.
them. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Now, if I was the university, I would have fired him mid streak. Yeah, let me go and get you out of here now. You know what I'm saying? You go out on a high note.
Yeah, I know,
you
right?
know what I'm saying? You go out on a high note. Let's go and get you out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Lord
Yeah,
have
man,
mercy.
and just go from there, man. Because like I said, this is a little false hope. You know, um, we had guys bragging about that one game last week. We were talking about, one player scored 36 points. The rest of the starting lineup
Georgia
had five
Tech.
total. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even brag about that game. I wouldn't, jump up and down and but he has, doubled his win total from last season. You know what I mean? So there is some movement. You know what I mean? But then too, where can that go? Next year you win what 12 games? You add an extra four on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Lord have
So
mercy.
I mean, if that's the case, then we're adding four games and it's what about 30 games in a season?
Stop it,
Yeah,
Twan. Stop
got to
it.
give it 7 years. You know what I'm saying to get to 28 wins.
Stop it, Twan. Stop it. nah,
seven
nah,
years, maybe.
you hit it. You hit it. You hit it, bro. You hit it. Nah, and you know what? And my thing is, we beating a dead horse. That's all. Let's get some Black History stuff going on real quick. Let me get my guy back on here. He wants to bell on us every other show. All that stuff. Let's go and get that Black History.
All right, all right. Where we got? Oh, give me a quick second. All right, so we have Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain on March the 2nd, 1962. Wilt Chamberlain set a single game scoring record in the NBA by scoring 100 points for the Philadelphia Warriors in a 169 to 147 win over the New York Knicks at Hershey Arena. He's widely considered one of the greatest records. Is widely considered one of the greatest records in sports history today.
Yes, yes.
Also in also in that game, he set five other league records, and he has notable achievements and regarded as and it's funny because he's regarded as in one of the poorest free throw shooters, and he set a record for the most free throws made in a game. That game,
Do you know how many it was?
No, you know what? I was trying to look it up and I didn't find it.
My bad, brother. I ain't trying to put you on that.
Because I did. I was like, I was looking stuff up too, and it's like,
Knowing him, it was probably like 30 something. It's probably crazy because that's a lot of points that he scored.
I know it said. I know I was reading some things where he was saying in that game where he said he got to 80 points, and the crowd started chanting 100, and when he sat down the bench, I think it was still 7 minutes or something to go in that game, and he was like, "Man, I'm tired." They talking about 100 points, but he got on back in and scored it. So I mean, he has many achievements. He did go into the Hall of Fame in 1978. Only guy you must know that has 6 jerseys retired through his basketball career from one
Deserve it.
Overbrook High School,
Deserve
Kansas, Harlem Globetrotters, the Warriors, the 76ers, and the Lakers. So you got to say Will Chamberlain, one of the greatest players ever, no doubt.
Ever. And he's an athlete. And I'm going to say this because everybody won't like, well, he played in a different era. He also was a track star.
High jump champion.
Yeah, dude,
Mhm.
dude wasn't like no
He was an
slouch, bro.
athlete.
Yeah, he was an athlete. But could he play? Hell yeah, he could have played in this shit. Like everybody can't. And I get
No,
that. And I
no.
understand that. You don't think that Wilt Chamberlain could have? Come on, bro. Like for real. Let's be real, man. Let's be real. Because as much you can say, because what people do, they look at it like this was in the 60s and 50s and 70s. If you put Wilt now with the same advantage that LeBron and them have as far as training wise, see, people don't talk about the training. They don't talk about you have the equipment to do this and that. Wilt Chamberlain did what he had to do then. If you put him in this one, he'd be a monster.
Oh, geez.
Goodness gracious, Dr. J be a monster. You stop it. Y'all play too much games because y'all like, well, no, Jordan, and y'all know that's my guy. That's my guy. But you think that Oscar Robertson training in this era or even that era with Jordan wouldn't benefit from the same training and stuff that they have? The money to go ahead and make your body right, get the training. Stop it, bro. Like, it's funny to me. It's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? That we can do a lot of things. Bill Russell. Everybody always clown Bill Russell. Dude, now, I will say this about Bill. Bill was not the most athletic. I ain't going to say athletic. He wasn't the most, the biggest guy or whatever. But dude was like Dennis Rodman, but taller. Block shots, do all kind of stuff. Would he have won 10 of them things? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
No, you wouldn't, sir. Sorry, sir. You wouldn't. But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying as far as the athlete itself, man, y'all need to quit that. All right, so one thing I need to go back to, thank you for that. Dundee has done a great job with Black History Month, and people are failing to realize it's Black History Month.
Pretty much.
On the page, it's Black History Month. Stop all that with that racist stuff. We're not racist. It's Black History Month.
Just start stating the facts.
It's Black History Month. So when it's put out on that saying that he's the first black, or she's the first black American, it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
You guys are just trying to just start stuff, and I'm not the one. I'm not the one. You will get answered back. I don't play that. I'm not going to play that. All right, so I want to go back real quick, guys, because I didn't do this, and I feel kind of bad, and it's really silly for me not to do this. Caitlin Clark becomes the women's college basketball all-time leading scorer tonight. Deep three, baller, shot caller, no matter. I know Louisville fans can't stand her. You know what I'm saying? And right now, when she did that gas face or whatever to Halle Van Lith, but they probably love that she did it now. They hate it then, but they probably like, Haley, you can't see me. But you cannot deny this is probably has been one of the best pure scores in basketball. That don't mean it's going to be that she's going to be the all-time great because Jackie Stiles, Missouri State, everybody was on her. Kelsey Plum, who's nice. But I don't mean they're not the best players in the WNBA. I was, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you this. Congratulations, she's a baller. Anybody got anything to add?
Like I said, she's brought a lot of attention to women's basketball in these last couple of years. You know what I mean? And then just seeing her doing what she's doing now, she's kind of revolutionizing the game. Kind of like Steph Curry did for, you know what I'm saying, the 3-point shot. So you got these women out here doing the long range thing too. I congratulate her, man. I think it's a good thing. I think she, like I said, I think I read where they were trying to get her on the Olympic team. They don't really have like the college,
No, it's like
players.
it's like the NBA. It's like
Right.
it's like the men. Yeah.
Mhm. So I heard they're trying to, make some moves to get her on the USA team. So congratulations to her, man, and best of luck to her in the future.
The Don.
I mean, no doubt that Peyton Clark is one of the greatest as shooters ever that's touched the women's basketball. As you see, once she puts that shot up, halftime, it's going swoosh in, and it ain't no doubt about it. And you got to double or you got to make sure you guard that woman at all times. Because I know once we was going against her, I couldn't stand it. She was boasting and bragging. She was, I mean, doing it all. And the thing is, you hate it because you're going against her. But if you're
Yeah.
not, you just watching in the suspense to see what she's going to do next and put up those points and shooting those deep threes.
And you didn't have Dana Evans out there. You didn't have nobody who can guard her for Louisville.
No.
That was
Especially can't
yeah.
put Haiti on of all people.
Yeah, goodness gracious. And she got
Yeah.
taken to the woodshed.
So today she scored. Today she ended the day with 3,528 points. And
Ooh.
she still got some games to go, and
Hold
that
on.
she's gonna just push it.
Hold
How much
on.
can I say?
She scored 49 points tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and she
That's
just
right.
needed
How many
4.
people doing that?
She just needed 4 points to pass the record tonight.
She is getting ready to put that out the orbit. And for Cheryl Swoop, who said that, hey, COVID year, this is not her COVID year. Like
No.
this is her 4th year. She can take a COVID year
Mm-hmm.
and really put it out of orbit.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's WNBA talent. She's number 1 pick.
Almost definitely.
So why should I come back? Like I don't need to. If she come back, then you really like you just about it. You trying to score 5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. Like
Well,
it's
nowadays they can make that choice with the NIL deals and things.
No,
you know?
you're
There
absolutely
ain't no
right.
rush to head to no league.
That's true.
You're absolutely
That's
right.
true.
But I'm gonna tell you this: as her, not and this is not about WNBA because she can go overseas and make it $2 million. Like, if you y'all got that money to pay her $2 million or $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the endorsements that you get. Like, but can y'all do that? Only way you can do that is because Nike is gonna go ahead and do some shit, and everybody else like this. And you're right, Twan. I mean, I'm agreeing with you. She ain't got to go because I hate to say it, WNBA don't play nothing. Don't pay nothing. You know what I'm saying? But she can go overseas. Don't go to Russia. She can go overseas and make a bank because, dude, she's that. Come on.
Yeah.
And you better do it before you get exposed because you best believe them grown ass women ain't gonna let you get off like that. They're not
No,
gonna
it
get
ain't
that.
gonna be the same.
Nah, ain't gonna be the same.
same.
Ain't
She's
gonna
gonna
be
be
like
a
him.
shooter, but yeah, it ain't gonna be the same
I
scoring
should say
30 and
good
40
shooter.
games.
Nah, they ain't gonna do that. But hey, congratulations, Caitlin Clark. If you haven't watched her, you'll have to watch her. She drops 49, like I said tonight. She is a baller. She tormented my team, Don D's team last year, and it is what it is. Yeah, she's that beast. All right, so before we wrap up tonight, let's get in. Damn. Let's see. Let me bring his ass on here. Let's see.
then gets to keep seeing my green
Damn.
because I did to change it up.
This guy. Let's see. Now you getting stuck with this one tonight.
Yeah,
NFL. So, review of the season. So it's a lot of questions. So basically, we're gonna see did the season pan out, or what do we think about some of the questions? You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. So, we're gonna start off this one. One of the main questions was because in the preseason they was rolling talking about Detroit. Can Goff and the Lions offense be high power? So basically, we're going back tonight. These questions was before the season. Did it happen? Did this stuff happen? So, and they Mr. Stats and Don don't know about these questions, so we give them a little time. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this one. I would say, the thing about it is this. They was a lot of people's high pick because what they did the year before and all this kind of stuff. So, see the preseason and this. I would say that Jared Goff really did his thing, and the offense did their thing, and the offense was loaded. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't loaded. You had two of the best running backs, two of the top 10 running backs in the league. And you had St. Brown, top 10 receiver. You had a tight end, rookie, Laporta, who was top 10. Like, they was loaded to burn. You just had to make sure that the offense line was legit. Because as much as I used to give Goff the slack, if he's in a system that's going to let him prosper, he's going to do what he got to do. So I think they did. I think they lived up to that one and all this stuff. So, Twan, what's your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, man. I think they were definitely high powered this season. Like I said, they had a couple record setting rookies with Jameer Gibbs and Laporta. I think they were both over 1,000 yards this season. Yeah. What's the other running back's name?
It was
Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery. Him and Jameer Gibbs, they ran well together. You know what I mean? They were very, effective as in the running game. Like I said again, Laporta and St. Brown. Yes, they were definitely high powered this season, and they came really close to potential Super Bowl.
The Don.
no doubt. I give it to him because I know much talk at the beginning of the season about can Detroit do what they need to do with this offense they got now. They got what it takes to make it far. And I think it showed. And by you saying Laporta top, I would give Laporta top 5 this year. I mean, he was up in maybe
Yeah,
3 of all
easy.
things, but
Yeah, he
yeah,
was a rookie of the
as a
year.
rook. And they got a lot of young talent, and I think they're gonna stay in it. They might stay in the mix for maybe a couple of years. Hope that offense they get a good offensive line that holds them together and keep those running backs and Gibbs and Laporta. They're gonna be something and surround them with Brown, maybe a couple other receivers, and some a couple spot checks, some good D. Hey, they might be in the mix come a couple of years.
Nah, I agree with everything you guys said. So, one of the questions, and this is good because we got a Packers guy on the show. Where can Jordan Love and LaFleur, talking about the head coach, take the Packers offense? So that was one of the questions going into the season. So we go ahead and twist it this way. Did Jordan Love and LaFleur do right to this offense? Twan, Packer Nation.
Yeah, well, earlier in the season, I would say, they got off to a slow start. First few games of the season, they were slow to score. They had trouble scoring in the first half of games. I think Love learned to kind of play coming from behind, right? So he's having to throw the ball more. He's having to find these young receivers, first and second year receivers. And then this is your first year, actually playing full season. So yeah, I think they were able to, grow over the season, and by the end of the season, they were one of the hottest offenses in the nation. So, uh, yeah, I think they definitely made some moves throughout the season. Like I said, early they were a little slow, but they picked it up towards the end of the season.
The Don.
Me, I'm gonna say Jordan Love definitely showed you what he could do, as in bringing them back. And like I said, even about a slow start, bringing them, to get to the playoffs. And as far as they did, and gave the 49ers all they could take, as in advancing, from the 49ers advancing and over the Packers. I mean, they went straight down to the wire for real.
Yeah, did.
So, I mean, Jordan Love is going to, he showed he can be their future. So, hey, they did what had to be done.
You know what? Sometimes all you need is a chance. That's all. Opportunity and chance, man. Dude, struggled a little bit early and knew the system because he backed up Aaron Rodgers. Dude's nice. Dude is nice. And so, yes, when you get that first, I'm doing the stuff, you're going to have some opportunities or chances or things to. Damn, the Don to fall down. What the hell is going on with that? Boy, shit, this dude is all over the place tonight. But you always gonna have opportunity to fall down and pick yourself up, and he did it, man. I mean, the Packers, to me, he was impressive. Granted, they lost that game and all this kind of stuff in the playoffs. That's the playoffs. Playoffs, he's gonna be okay. I think he's done enough. I think that Packers offense is going to be humming. You just going to have to make sure you sign everybody, make sure everybody's back with you. Great job, Jordan Love, big time. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is
A lot of technical today. I don't know what the heck's going on.
you falling down and shit. Well, Trevor Lawrence continued to improve. Now, this is preseason question, and we saw what happened. So basically, we saying preseason, did it happen? End of the season, the Don. Before you go ahead and crash the damn set again, what you think about this? Did Trevor Lawrence improve?
I don't know. Was it because of his injury? But I kept a close eye on him because he was on my fantasy team. So I could tell you it wasn't a Trevor Lawrence season I thought it would be. So it wasn't really no improve. And then when it came down to especially towards the end of the season, I'm finding replacements for him. I'm like, bruh, what's
Right.
really going on? Because man, this is what I thought it was going to be. So I wouldn't give him no improvement. I'd give him a straight like maybe a C for the season.
I was gonna hit you again because you're always off, Mr. Stats.
Well, at the beginning of the season, I thought he was doing well. They had them couple games overseas. They did really well over there. I think they had, what was it, like 2 or 3 games over there
Mm-hmm.
in Europe.
Oh,
Um,
back to back.
and then towards the end of the season, they kind of fell off a little bit. So, I think he did improve. I mean, coming from his rookie year, his rookie season, it was really bad. You know what I mean? So he's made some strides. Again, too, this is not a person game. You got to have weapons around you. Your offensive lines got to protect you. Your receivers got to get open. You know what I mean? Um, as far as him getting the ball out to a receiver, I think he's capable. You know what I mean? So I don't think he hurt himself this season.
To me, I think that he ended the season last year on a high note that everybody, like myself, thought that it was going to be a dangerous team. I don't think he regressed. I just think that it wasn't better than last year. I think he stayed stagnant. But it's better than some, right? some people don't move or whatever. So to me, I think it's what you need. Like you don't need to keep on unless you're the elite of the elite. You know what I'm saying? Like dude's not the elite quarterback. Can he be? Yeah, he can be an elite quarterback. So you need to go ahead and start smelling yourself. The season wasn't good. You finally got that receiver that you wanted as far as WR1, and that didn't that was like iffy. So my thing is now you're going back to the shed. You're going back to the lab. So let's go ahead and do what we got to do, improve. So I don't think it was improved. To me, I think he stayed the same. You know, but you guys were still winning and still doing whatever. But we'll see because now it's like this. Now it's like this. Are people gonna go ahead and criticize him like the other quarterbacks? Because I haven't heard a lot of criticism
Not at all.
for his performance, and his performance was average. And everybody, they was the team like their who you think is gonna come out of nowhere? The Jaguars. And that didn't happen. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, they're not gonna get rid of him. Trevor Lawrence to stay in the league for 50 years. I mean that's how it goes. How would a new look Raven offense work with Lamar Jackson? So, Don D, how did that new offense look with Lamar?
I know I said it on week 10 or week 11 that looked against us. So Lamar did what he had to do with that offense. He showed that he can adapt, and he still was that Lamar Jackson that we all come to love. And the offense went with him, but it still needs to blossom some more. And I guess he still needs those players because we can't have Lamar being the lead rusher. And heck, a little bit more, it seemed like if he keeps doing what he did in that what was that, the Kansas City game, be the lead receiver. Because him and Keith, your boy Flowers, Flowers, that guy. He can show that guy, but he's gonna get some. I think he's gonna need some maturity behind that too.
Yeah.
So, I think he adapted that offense well. I mean, we've seen what, like I said, their record shows and speaks for itself. And I mean, he is the MVP.
Mr. Stats.
I think looking back on the season, I think their offense did work for them. I mean, I don't think that was the reason for the record necessarily. I think it was more defensive that you give the credit for them. I mean, the defense that you give the credit for their season or whatever. They went out and got Odell Beckham, you know what I mean, which is somewhat a shell of himself.
Shit.
He didn't really help anything, offensively, but of course, Lamar is Lamar. He's going to be able to make, adjustments on the fly. He's going to be able to use his legs. And they were one of the top running teams in the league this season. Zay Flowers, young, receiver, he did his job. I think the offense worked well at times. And very well at times. I mean, the Miami game is one to remember. I think he was I think he missed 2 throws in that game. In a blowout, end up sitting down in the fourth quarter. So I think the offense was well, but like I said, I give more credit to the defense for the record this season.
Nah, Cuzzo, you did a great job. I feel you. My thing is, and one of the things is like people got caught up with the receivers. The receivers old as hell. Not OBJ, whatever, Naglar, whatever, Aguilar, whatever his name. I mean, it like, yeah. But he is a former 49er. Did he play somewhere out there with y'all or some shit? Or did he hand clap you guys?
Yeah, he might
Yeah,
take a
but-
sniff.
Yeah. Snap. Like. My thing is that these guys was considered better than what they had, and they were, but they didn't produce. Zay did. Yeah. He did. And so, and then these running backs is getting injured and not performing. So my thing is this: is like Lamar won this MVP, and I mean them stats wasn't dazzling like it was. We get it, but still, when you like the best player on a team, that's the best team record wise, you gonna get some votes, and nobody else can like withstand that one. So I think the offense did well, but it's not sustainable with them old ass receivers. It's not sustainable with a real running back. Like if you got a real running back, why I need four of them? Like they have a whole bunch of people. Lamar should still run the ball, but if you got a Henry back there, or Barkley back there, or somebody like that, dude, you gonna be more explosive, and that's what I thought about the offense. You're gonna be more explosive when you have a real receivers, but you got to make real decisions. You got to make real throws. You can't pay Ronnie Stanley to miss blocks. He's the second highest paid player on their team. He's right under Lamar. You can't do that. Dude sucks. Dude sucks bad. Big games, he's getting ran over, through, and no one's saying about it. Like Ronnie Stanley is not good. He's not good. I'm sorry, he's not. I'm sorry. Yes, he gets 40-something million, 30-something million. He's not good. I don't give a shit. If you going to make that mistake, that's on y'all. That's why Kansas City ran through y'all. Dude, they was going right through the chute. Not good. Not good. The offense was better. It was better. I mean, but anytime you let Lamar able to throw the ball, it's going to be better. Can Vic Fangio fixed the Dolphins defense? So basically, was the Dolphins defense improve? The Dom, what did you think about that?
And I'm trying to think this out. Did the Dolphins defense improve? I'm trying to think. Did they? Actually, I don't think so. Really, I don't see too much improvement. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs. I mean, what did they actually improve in?
Right.
So is maybe how I want to say, did we even say at the beginning of the season how much time, by him coming in, how much time they're going to give him to approve it? What are so maybe next year, maybe they should make some changes, but I don't see too much of improvement this year.
Mr. Stats.
I think there was a time during the season where we had talked about, how the Dolphins hadn't beat anyone with a above 500 record
Right.
on the season. You know what I mean? So I mean, their offense is definitely improved. I mean, we've seen that week in and week out, but defensively, no, I don't think they moved the needle defensively.
My thing, of course, the one team you did, the one winning team that you beat was Dallas. It was Dallas, my team. Dallas, but it is what it is. You can't worry about Dallas when you in the AFC. You know what I'm saying? Like you're positioning. Can you slow down Kansas City? The Bills, right? The Jets. The people in the New England Patriots, that's who you need to worry about. I mean, they was cool, and also they lost a lot of they had a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? That kind of hampered them too. I would say that because they got personnel, they have personnel to be really special. I ain't gonna say that Fangio's that guy, but I mean, we'll see. Did it happen? No, I don't think so, but a lot of injuries too. 49ers, they miss former DC D'Amico Ryans. And this is cool because they just fired Mr. Wilkes. Dundee, a 49er resident. And I know that, let's go.
It still hurts my heart. But I would have loved still had D'Amico Ryan, DeMarco Ryan. I would still love to have him. I mean, but really, we didn't. Once I did pay attention to the comparison, we really didn't lose much. And
Right.
it's kind of funny, but you think about it because it's like we lost 1 point per the differential defensive standing is in 1 point, and it was like yards was two, like holding the team to yards. So it was two,
Hold
and
on.
the
Hold,
point.
hold, hold. Time out. Time out. I've never done this, but I'm going to do this. Erica, sis, I know you watching this. I know you watching this. I want to ask you this question. I want to ask you this. Not about this D'Amico Ryans. What's the deal? How you feel about this law? Why was the reason San Fran lost this game? She gonna know. Yeah, she's in the mix. Sis is in the mix, and you ain't even gotta cue her. She's watching this shit. Let's go. Finish your stuff. My fault.
But I'm just saying we really didn't lose much from the from the switch in the defensive coordinator. We really didn't. So, but I think I'd rather have Ryan still there. We did see what he did in Houston, and that's some lovely job. Even though he should have been, coach of the year, more likely, I do believe.
Ooh-wee. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I do place my vote right there. But Wilkes, I don't know. I got plenty to say about him and the whole situation, but we'll save that. But yeah, I'll say
I don't need to say that.
it. Oh, well, okay. To keep it, all right. So by Wilkes coming in and being up in the booth, took him out of the booth in week 9. In week 9, we had the number 1 defense. But then come finish the season in total defense, the regular season, we ended up in total defense number 8.
Mm-hmm.
We was in playoffs. I mean, in pass defense, we was number 14.
Okay.
In the playoffs, in the pass defense, we was number 6 in the playoffs. In the playoffs, in rush defense,
Playoffs.
last, and last. In the season, we was number 3. Scoring defense, we was number 3. Red zone, we was 16. In the playoffs, we was last. I'm talking about dead last. So-
Dead ass.
Dead last. So something, I mean, we definitely missed them coming down to the nitty gritty, I would say.
So Twan, let me ask you this. I know you missed the stats, and we ain't asked you to do nothing special. This is about your visual. Did you think that they missed D'Amico Ryans over Wilkes?
Well, with this question coming from, the preseason, I would say no, they didn't miss him, but maybe in the Super Bowl he made, a couple of different decisions or something. You know what I'm saying? Some decisions that the current coordinator may or may not have missed in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So from coming from the beginning of the season, I don't think they missed them. They made a Super Bowl. Like he said, they were one of the top defenses in the league at one point. But maybe in the Super Bowl game he makes some different decisions. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Wilkes went wrong.
Definitely so.
I'm gonna say this. It's so easy to. I mean, granted, this was preseason questions, so this is not stuff that we the Mark and Will show, the team has went ahead and decided we want to talk about as I lay back, kick it, and enjoy the ride. I'm gonna say this. I think Wilkes is a great defensive coordinator. He did some stuff. We don't know what was you can do, what you can't do. We don't know. Like these head coaches are something. They're like oh boy, like so now Don Don D, how long has Shanahan been there?
Oh, how long has it been? I want to say years. Is it year 6, 7?
So he don't have how many defensive coordinators?
It
At
has to be.
least at least four. At
I
least
was
four.
going to say 4. Yeah.
At least four. All right. So when are you gonna man up and take responsibility for your actions?
Shanahan takes no accountability. It sounds like somebody else we know.
So it's
Pain.
like, so you want to go ahead and just fire all these defensive coordinators that are good defensive coordinators. Like they are good, and you by that hard probably Verbal or Stokely or whatever Stoke or whatever from the Chargers. So my thing is this: they do well enough to win the Super Bowl. It's up to you to go ahead and make shit happen as the coach. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just putting it out there, I know a couple of calls he made during the Super Bowl and during, I think, a couple of playoff runs that he overturned Wilkes' calls. He even called a
Yep.
timeout on one
Yep.
of them.
Yep.
And, it comes down to it.
You gotta trust people, man.
Yeah, and like I said, he takes no accountability of his offensive calls because he's doing all that and what he calls in the final call, I would say. And when it comes down to it, you still, regardless, have to outscore the other team. So I mean, I don't care if we can call Brock Purdy the game manager or whoever wants to be the game manager, and it comes down to it, Shanahan's the game manager.
Oh yeah.
And I don't care he's the game manager, the bar manager, the kitchen manager, the whatever, the back room manager, the hotel manager. You still got to try to pull out the win at the end, and defense or not, you got to outscore the team. So Cal can fire himself sometimes when it comes down to it. So you gonna fire him? Hey, take a look in the mirror, bro. Take a look in the mirror. My bad, but go ahead.
Yeah, you good. You good. We allow you to get shit off your chest. Can Michael Parsons be NFL's goddamn best defensive player? Let me go ahead and do this. As a Cowboy fan that I am, I'm gonna go ahead and lead this one. I just gotta get the spacing right. Yeah, he wasn't, but he's top 5, top 4, whatever, top 3, definitely without a doubt. But also schemes. Quinn. My view on Quinn is different. My view is different from most people because I know defense. I know offense too, but I know defense. And if you surround people with real legitimate players and you got a superstar, he's going to eat. Because if I sit here and double team or whatever, these other dudes, so like I can't pick my poison. Like Dallas defense was such bullshit as a fan because you had safeties playing linebacker position. This is not high school. You can get away with that in college for a certain degree until you play Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So if you do that shit in the NFL, that's not gonna work. And I'm gonna say this, and we ain't talking about this. I'm so glad that that Dan Quinn's gone. It looked good, it smelled good for a little bit, but when the playoffs, it stunk. If you can't stop the run in the NFL, then I'm sorry. I mean, that's the easiest thing. Forget the pass and we can run on you. So protect Micah. I think Micah was not, but I think Micah is one of the best defensive players in the league. Mr. Stats.
I agree with you. I think he has the potential to be like the best in the league, or one of the best in the league. But was he this season? I don't think so. No.
The Don.
I give it to Parsons. I mean, I think he don't get enough credit sometime because in his stats stay low because we don't. I don't think the referees favor him probably by who he is and don't give him the calls they do probably other players because you see a lot of holding on Parsons through the seasons and they don't be calling it. And he would have been right up in the mix with Wyatt and Gert and all the rest of them, as in top defensive players in the season. So at the beginning of the season, you
Let me
said,
ask.
can he? Yes, he can.
Let me ask you guys: should he like kill his podcast because you get more attention, and so you
Mhm.
think the referees ain't looking at this shit when you talking cash shit about referees, players, and stuff like. Granted, you're your own player, but like the contracts can be looking different. So my question to you guys, real quick: should he kill his podcast? Don D, the Don.
I think so because I'm hearing, you're hearing him and Steven busting hit, him and Skip Bayless hitting his. I mean, no, bro, like, come on, you need to focus. You know where your mind need to focus is in the game. So kill the extra, concentrate there. Let some grown men talking to you. Go talk to some vets and let them talk some wisdom into your ear.
Mr. Stats.
Shoot, I don't like active players doing this. You know
Both of
what I
y'all,
mean?
both of y'all hit it.
Yeah, Draymond Green is another one. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat controversial player. He's
Right.
always doing something stupid. He's always got some old controversial, stupid take on something. Keep that quiet until you post player. You know what I mean? Since you retirement, you can sit down and you can do your podcast. You know what I mean? You're not active anymore. For right now, you're pissing people off. So if I was him, I'd just sit back and shut up. You know what I mean?
But no,
Uh, yeah, I don't think active players should be doing media.
I'm with you guys. I
Their
mean,
own media.
I know it's so I know it's so easy to do it for them because you can have the yes sir and they don't do it. I mean, what are you gaining from it? So a referee, even though they say, hey, we don't, they list, they know, because the one referee you calling out, he's gonna call the game some other time. Stop the madness. I'm with you guys, big time on that one. The question was, will Aaron Rodgers put the Jets on the top in their division? We all know what happened with this one, so this will be fun. So I'm gonna bend a little bit. So we're gonna bend it this way. Will he be ready to play next year, and what would it look like? The Don.
I think they they're going to keep this man playing for some odd reason. If he don't hang that jersey up, but I think he's going to come and try to play.
Right.
I don't even think he's going to make. I'm going to give him. He's not going to even make it through next season. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to predict that now. He's not going to make it through, and the Jets going to still be at that point where it's not make the playoff.
Oh shit. I like that, Mr. Stats.
This is my old quarterback. Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be ready to come back and show his MVP form. Post Achilles
He's
surgery.
41, ain't he? How old would he
Yeah,
be?
he's 41. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
he
God
don't have to
damn.
move around too much. He knows he can get that ball to whoever he need to get it to. You know what I mean? So I think they will be an improvement once he comes back. You know what I mean? It says a lot about what was his name that's there now, the quarterback.
Zach.
Yeah, it says a lot about him. You know what I mean? When a guy can come back on one leg and outperform. You know what I mean? So I think they would definitely be an improved team with Aaron under center.
I think that Aaron Rodgers needs to go to the NFC South, like Tom Brady, one of the weakest division. I think that Dolphins is not going to let that pop. 49. I mean, not 49. The Bills is not going to let that pop. I think it's over. I really think it's over. I think Salah, Shalai. What's your ex core?
Saleh.
What's his name?
I don't
Sally.
even want-
Salad,
that was-
Sally, Salah. It's a
For the
wrap,
Jets,
bro. It's
yeah.
a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. like that's not happening. It's not happening. It is not happening. The Jets with him, without him, is not a playoff team. I don't care. It's not. You handcuff a lot of people to try to go ahead and say, hey, we there, we gonna be there. Nah, you're not there. Because you got two teams that are legit teams, and the Patriots is done. They're officially done. So, and then like we talked about with LeBron, how much do you put in this old ass dude? What stock you put in Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think they only really wanted him for a couple years anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, that first year go down, Mhm.
yeah. Okay, Twan. I get it. I know he done won one ship for you, but let's move on.
And then we got to remember too, man. He's coming off back-to-back MVPs, man. You know what I'm saying? Those was what, a year or so ago? He can go out there and do that again. That's easy work.
Easy. He's 41. He ain't no young buck no more. So this
It doesn't
man's
matter. He
old.
was 38, 39 when he won the MVP.
Twan, stop. Twan.
Stop it.
We know you love him. That's okay. That's
You
okay.
don't lose it. You
No,
don't lose it.
I got you. He won y'all ship. Y'all good, baby. But the rest, it's done. You know in your heart of heart, it's done, boy. Are you?
He's still hanging on.
Oh, man, he's got some youth over there. You know what I'm saying? He got to play with
Twan!
them. You know what I mean?
Twan, God dang, God, come on, come on. I get you. Let's go. Let's move on. Will the Bill Josh Allen be the best quarterback? They want to know what he's going to be the best quarterback last year. Oh, goodness gracious. And everybody wants him to be. Him or Purdy. Yeah, I said it. For you in the corner, the Don. Yeah. Twan.
Yes, sir.
What
No,
was-
sir.
Well, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this
It's from the
real quick.
beginning of the season. So.
No, beginning of the season. So we're gonna switch because we know he wasn't. What's the future with? What do you think about Josh Allen and his future?
Well, I mean, as far as future is concerned, I think he's one of the elite ones out there now. You know what I mean? So he's got a hell of a future ahead of him. You know what I mean? If they put the right pieces around it. So yeah, I think Josh Allen's got a potential to be one of the best ever. You know what I mean? If he's got the right situation with it.
The Don.
That's very true. I agree with you, Twan, on that. I mean, Josh Allen does got what it takes. He got those, as in getting some company, having some pieces locked in with him. But when it comes down to it, he got that hump. He's going to eventually have to get over to be called anything, and that's that's Patrick Mahomes. So if you don't get over that hump to get over that next stage, you're going to be an afterthought. You can be that guy that just never beat the guy. So they always say, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Right.
And he gets to get there.
To me, what's gonna look like when Diggs leave? Diggs is top 10 receiver. he's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, it's becoming cancerous. So he's got to go. So we know the other receivers, they're not him. They're not him. They're good. Gabrielle and all them, it's good, but they're not him. If you take him out of the mix, what we looking like? Well, we had Cook running the ball, but still, Allen was running the ball. He was still doing stuff. Like,
Yeah.
preserving his life is valuable, right? Kincaid, rookie, ball. Like, he has pieces. I never was a firm believer of their defense, and it's still not. But you have to preserve him. And I don't know, because if you lose Diggs, that's different. Because what's going to happen is that people don't think Miami's going to get better. Miami's going to get better. Miami was already good, right? And so the wild card, you got a new coach with the Patriots. So my thing is this. Everybody wants to go ahead and give you the love and the glamour as far as Josh Allen. You got to earn it. You got to go get it. Him and Lamar, next year, Lamar done had two Super Bowl, not Super Bowl, 2 MVPs. These dudes got to go ahead and dethrone Mahomes. Mahomes is still young. Like, you may not ever dethrone them. And it is really this. Let me say this to you guys on the way out of this. If you are Allen or you Lamar, and you know a boy only about 2-3 years older than you, excuse me, do you go to the other conference? So you have a chance to play for the MVP? You know, not MVP, for the Super Bowl?
Hey, that's a question.
It's a possibility. It's a thought.
Because Mahomes can say, you know what, I'm done, and Andy Reid leaves, and I'm done. Duke can go anywhere. If you Lamar and them, like, so do we start dodging him so we only can play him one time in the Super Bowl and maybe have a chance? That's my thing. Point blank.
It's definitely a thought, because there's still other teams out there he's gonna have to watch out for. And just like you were saying, think of another team with some young talent, the Texans. They're gonna come along.
But see, the difference is this: you're not scared of Stroud. You're scared of Petty Ice.
Almost definitely.
Petty Ice is proven. He's all the other dudes, they gone. They're gone. So when you see free agency movement, so should I stay with, because Twan is there? Now Twan did his thing. I ain't gotta stay there. Let me go ahead and do what I gotta do. So I don't know. But look, we're gonna do this way. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're gonna get off that dang. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a good one. We're gonna go ahead and make sure we get out. We got a game that's coming on through. And take pictures. Holler at us. See what's going on. And we really appreciate you guys for being there for us. We take care of business. No. Mr. Stats, what you got to say on the way out?
Peace and love.
The Don.
Hey, by the great Nelson Mandela, I never lose. Either I win or I learn.
That's good stuff. But the great Will I Am, stop playing with us. We got great stuff coming. You can go ahead and try to emulate. That's okay. We're happy with that. We want to make sure everybody gets the opportunity they deserve. But we don't stop. We won't stop. We can't stop. If you're not on this train, you're going to get ran over by this train. Believe me, you're going to get run over by this train. The team is legit. The team is dedicated. The team enjoys what they do. And when you know you have a team, it's hard. So join us. Have a conversation with us. Enlighten, brighten. We don't stop. Won't stop. God bless. We outing. Peace.
It's 8 p.m. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.